In my talk today, I want to talk about past life blocks. Now, we do have past lives. When I read for people, I see them like little videos in my head. I can actually see them dressed up in their old clothes or the village. So, from my perception, and it's only mine, of course, I believe in past lives. It is in our past lives that we also hold things in our soul body. And some of the things that we do hold, besides our gifts and personalities and all the memories from other lives, are the blocks. So it can be something that you know intuitively about yourself, like you're frightened of water. I knew one lady who was actually frightened of birds. It can be fears that are quite conscious to you, or fears that you can't find anywhere in this life that they came from. For example, you don't know where that would have come from, that fear that you have of heights, for example. I'm not very good with heights. And one day when I was thinking about it, I saw a flash where I was on the top of like a really tall mountain. And I don't like being on the edge of things. I noticed that even in high-rise buildings, I don't want to stand near the window. And in this flashback, I saw myself like slipping in the ground, going beneath me and falling from this huge big mountain, of course, not living. So it was a past life fear of mine, because I've never ever fallen off a mountain this life, but I've always had that fear. You look at their past life blocks, you don't have to necessarily see the picture like I did, but you might have a sense of it. And you just have to know that you have a block that doesn't really fit into your lifestyle as Wendy or John this life. And once you realise the block isn't anywhere that you can find, that's when you can still go and look at it and let it go. When you do the letting go, it's the same procedures. You're basically letting go of the block out of your aura. You use the emotional freedom tapping, hypnosis, visualization, meditation. There are some people who do past life regression, and you can do that on yourself actually by going back, doing a trance, and then in your meditation, walk yourself back to that life. Sometimes you can actually see the picture or go through it, or you can go to someone who does that work and help you get rid of the block. These blocks will be very, very powerful. I know somebody who had a block because they believed or felt that they were in Auschwitz, and so they actually thought when they had a shower, they had a lot of trouble when the water came running on them, and they think it was from that life where they died earlier in those showers. So people do have a recollection quite often. Do the work, because it is affecting you this life, and you don't need that block now, and it will actually get in your way. Once you lift the block off, you might actually even get some memories back, even that's past life. Remember, it's still in your aura, so that could be kind of interesting and exciting for you. The work is as easy to do as the present day block. There's no real difference, because a block is a block if it's in your aura, but it can make a big difference to your present day life. The lady I knew who was frightened of birds, it affected her life dreadfully. She couldn't go to a coffee shop and sit outside. She didn't like being in the garden because she's actually scared of birds. And when I tuned in, I saw that she had been kind of on a beach, past life obviously, and they'd pinned her to the beach strapped her down, and then the birds had come and she'd been pecked and obviously didn't survive that life. So it was a pretty terrible, torturous thing to do to somebody. And so she carried that because she obviously died and couldn't process it. So once she got rid of the bird block in this life, she could sit outside and go out with her friends and not feel so controlled by it. I think she felt very, very controlled by the fact that she was not free. Good luck with your work. I think that the past life blocks are very interesting because of the images that we can get. If you do go to someone who does regression, they can really help you as well, or an intuitive is good, a healer, medium, people who do that kind of work like I do. Those people will be able to show you the block, and then once you've seen it, sometimes people, I found in the readings, if I saw that they drowned or they fell off the cliff like I did. And I tell them in a kind way, because you don't want to make people feel bad. Then the block can start to dissipate and move out. It's recognising it almost helps it to shift, because then they go, oh, that's why this life I do that. And it's not this life, it's that life. It all seems to make sense to people then, why they feel like that, and they can let it go. Because removing the block in the aura is all about letting that energy go wherever it is. Enjoy this part. I found the past life work, I find it very interesting. And later on I will be putting up some more videos in a different section on my page about past lives. If you're interested, just keep tuned, because I'll be doing that this year. Good luck and enjoy the work.